Alright, so we're looking at a Coleman Quicklite 327, or 327 Quicklite, I guess. You can see it says Coleman around the side, and then on this side over here it says Quicklite. So right below this air stem here, this is where you get the date from. I don't know if I can get the camera to focus, but this first digit here is a 0, and this second digit is a 2. I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, the 0 would mean 1930, and a 2 would be February. So it wouldn't be 1920 because Coleman didn't start date stamping their lanterns until after the 20s. And yeah, I can't get that to focus. And it's not a 1940s because that'd be way too new for this type of lantern. Okay, so a couple things. This isn't a instant light, meaning if you're familiar with some of the other Coleman lanterns, there's actually like a FA tube that goes down, and inside that tube there's a rod with a spring on it, and it actually brings up more of a mist of a fuel through the generator. This one just basically has a tube that just brings raw fuel up into the generator. So lighting this one, you usually get a pretty good fireball going unless you preheat the generator. Obviously this globe isn't what's supposed to be on there. There should be a mica globe, and there'd be a little door in here that you open to get in there. I'm thinking about getting one of those, a replacement one. We'll see. So yeah, this generator that's on there, I believe, is a R55, and it has like the actual cleaning lever or whatever. At first when I took this apart, I was like, oh, there's no hook at the bottom, what the heck? Well, that's because there's nothing that it hooks into in the bottom. It's basically just a needle inside there, a rod with a needle point. The other generator that I think this one may have come with is kind of like a curly Q when it comes up, and that's a R99. And then there's I think a 77, which is basically the straight tube without the cleaning lever. So yeah, they're pretty easy to work on once you figure them out. I don't know if I'm like sold on the whole Quicklite. This one is actually, it's a pain, and people say they like them. Well, collectors say they like them. I don't know why. You need to use an external pump. This part was missing, so I had to get this. So you spin this loose, and then once it's loose, you have to take a pump, which it obviously didn't have. So I'm just using this like football inflator, NBA basketball inflator, and I just pumped it up a few times. This is also where the fuel goes. This cap also has to be taken off with a 13/16 wrench, and it has a lead gasket that seals against the fount. So yeah, getting that to seal is kind of a trick. So like I said, so far that's not very Quicklite to me. And then also, like I said, lighting it is kind of a pain. You get to take, well, in this case I got to take it all apart to get to the thing, but otherwise you have a little door. But there's a lot of preheating and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is try to get the camera set here and see what kind of fireball I can get getting this thing started. Alright, so I took it apart here. I don't think this is correct either, this nut, but I'm using it for now. So I didn't preheat anything. I can touch it here to show you. This is going to be straight go. The number of pumps that I put in there, I don't know either, but I know that this basketball inflator was going pretty difficult getting air into it, and I filled this up. Oh, one other thing is this thing seems to really use a lot of fuel, and I don't know if that has something to do too with the fact that it's not an Instalight, but it seems like it used a lot of fuel. So here we go. Okay, I suppose I should get this match going here. Okay, so I have it off right now, but obviously it's all the raw gas coming in because it comes right up that tube. Yep. And it's going to do this. And it'll do this until it gets warm. Once it gets warm and it starts to light like that, you're probably good. So I guess that wasn't terrible. Give her a little bit more gas. Throw the hat back on. I'm just going to go hand tight on this nut. That's good. And then I'll just crank this the rest of the way here. Right. So there it is. Actually, that was pretty painless. Maybe it is a Quicklite. So yeah, it's pretty bright. It wasn't too bad, but like I said, in comparison to modern lanterns, there's more to it, but that might be maybe the part of the nuance that people like. So there it is.